done by somebody who exploits that should reflect more profoundly on them. That is to say, the person who is abusing or exploiting what could be stretched in the wildest of imaginations to be improper conduct or statement. And here's an illustration of that. And I don't happen to agree with the 45th president's assertion on this, but there's no secret that he has been now indicted by the Fulton County, Georgia District Attorney, Fonnie Willis. And President Trump has reacted to that on his own Truth Social with an expression that said, that first of all, that he's calling for complete exoneration of him and his allies. And here's a quote that I'm tempted to say tweet, even though I've never used that system, but this is the message he sent on Truth Social, so it is not per se a tweet. I guess there's no such thing as tweet now anyway. Nonetheless, here's the message he sent, and this is a direct quote. They never went after those that rigged the election. They only went after those that fought to find the riggers. A person who rigs, I think, can reasonably be described as a rigger. And if it's his position that people have rigged the election, and he has evidence of that, what is wrong with him using the term that would logically describe somebody who rigs something? But the assertion is that this is a dog whistle because it tends to rhyme with a disgusting, despicable, horrific term that is used as a racial pejorative, as a racial expression of racial animus. How in the world can people with any modicum of sense and intellect buy into this? This is absurdity at the highest level. It's shocking to me. And I just learned from a friend of mine moments ago that in the music entertainment industry, I guess those people who set up the bands and equipment, amplifiers and so forth that go with the show, I think it's kind of roadie type activity, are called riggers. They rig the stage, as it were. I think a rigger is a part of a boat. I'm not a nautical expert, but I believe that's the case. So who does it make look bad to assert that somebody who uses the term rigger? And again, it's not as though in this case it lacks context. The line right before that, literally the sentence preceding the use of the term riggers, is they never went after those that rigged the election. They only went after those that fought to find the riggers. There's no doubt.
That's a nice
There's no doubt whatsoever of the nexus to the term rigged, which is he is asserting, and he is asserting that he has evidence to prove that. Now, that's a whole other issue, and you can choose to share his beliefs or not. But to go so far as to accuse him of using a rhyme of an egregious term that nobody should use, and I think that is the knowledge of the prohibition against the use of that term is so clear, so widespread, so incredibly well known.
No freaking police,
it's not even a close call. So why in the world would somebody who is running for president of the United States, who has an enormous public profile, have any desire to disparage themselves with some kind of a veiled camouflage for such a despicable term? It absolutely makes no sense. So for those who would endeavor to besmirch the 45th president of the United States because he actually used a term that I mean, you think about talking about a difficult journey, going through the rigors of earning a degree or a special certificate or perhaps a mountain climb or something of that nature. That there is a wide and varied legitimate use of that term that doesn't even come close to, other than the fact that the sounds rhyme, anything that would approach a racial epithet. This is, I think, a far more negative representation of those who would point this out as misconduct or something terrible than it is on the part of somebody who, again, I think it's a reasonable use of that term, especially when following directly the use of the term rigged. How would you describe somebody who rigs something? Who are they? What are they? Are they not a rigger? It's absolutely shocking to me that this would get that kind of traction. And again, my firm belief is that this is it's not a reflection on the behavior in this case of Donald J. Trump. It's simply the lack of character of those who would seize any opportunity to bring it, to drag this race into a term with which everybody has the right to
I hope
take
he
exception.
crashed.
You can argue against
They doing the same with no
his
law
ability to make a
enforcement.
case that the 2020 election was rigged, or you can share his opinion, or you can be inquisitive about his assertions. Be open to the possibility. Look for evidence for what he is asserting. But to seize such a despicable opportunity to impugn your nemesis or your adversary, I think it's something that is absolutely beyond the pale. Your thoughts, 800-834-1530, 800-834-1530.
Local news, breaking news, traffic, weather, and the in-depth analysis you need from John McGinnis every afternoon, 3 to 4 on KFBK.
In times of emergency,
Now fire reporting the blaze burning.
information is key.
Well, the radio is my main source of news because I don't have TV.
Wildfire evacuation. California's wildfires come from days in heaven.
Radio has always been there.
Primary emergency alert system information station for Northern California. KFBK News Radio.
Well, there's no doubt about it. We're in the midst of triple-digit heat. We've had our share of it, and there's a lot more on the horizon, no doubt. Looks like there's a little bit of a respite right around the corner, but there's more hot temperatures to come, and that's okay. It's summertime. You should expect that. In all probability, this will last in some form or fashion into October. And what does that portend for you? Well, it tells you that those outrageous air conditioning bills are coming. I'm actually hearing air conditioners running well into the late night and early morning hours. 4 o'clock in the morning, I hear air conditioners clicking on. So it's time to recognize the fact that you're going to have some financial inconveniences. John McGinnis here for Sierra Pacific Home and Company. Now's the time to take advantage of thousands of dollars in rebates from the utility company by simply converting to an energy-saving quiet heat pump. Give your family peace of mind by calling Sierra Pacific so you can stay cool and comfortable throughout the hot summer months. Call Sierra Pacific today at 800-551-3040 or visit them online at sierrapacifichome.com. Sierra Pacific, the guys in the big red trucks. Give them a call today. You'll be glad you did.
Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or federal alternative minimum tax. When interest rates rise, prices fall. When interest rates fall, prices rise.
Did you know that municipal bonds are a way for investors to support civil projects while earning federally tax-free income? The Golden Gate Bridge, the tallest bridge in the U.S., was financed with municipal bonds. Are you looking to bridge the gap between the income of your working years and the income needed in retirement? Municipal bonds might provide the solution you're looking for. Hanyon & Walsh is a leading specialist in tax-free municipal bonds and has provided investors with quality service and personal attention since 1990. Call now to receive their informative bond guide. Absolutely free. Dial 1-800-761-9761 to learn how to earn retirement income while keeping your taxes at bay. Just dial 1-800-761-9761 for a copy of their informative bond guide for free. No cost, no obligation. 1-800-761-9761. Hanyon & Walsh Inc. Member of FINRA, SIPC.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual by customer.
As a small business, we're always looking for ways that we can offer the quality product and get some cost savings.
Meet Michelle from J.J. Pfister Distilling Company, a small business in California. When looking for workers' comp coverage tailored to the company's needs, she discovered Pi Insurance.
We heard about Pi Insurance being geared for a small business, gave Pi a call, and ended up switching.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you can save at trypi.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
We saved about 30% off of our workers' comp insurance when we switched to Pi.
It's as easy as pie to get the savings you deserve. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pi, or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypi.com. That's trypie.com. Updated news that matters to you at the top and bottom of every hour on KFBK, Sacramento's news radio.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying on board. John McGinnis with you, KPK News Radio, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and your smart speaker. Going to get your calls on the use of the term rigor and the criticism thereof in just a moment. But first, I want to bring this into the conversation as well. And my comments here are by no means a criticism of the California Highway Patrol, not by any stretch of the imagination. On the contrary, it's a criticism of state government leadership, which is now, that the governor has announced as a part of the agency's expanded effort, the CHP will triple its resources in the Los Angeles region devoted to tackling retail crime and allocate additional investigators specifically to the new Regional Law Enforcement Task Force that Mayor Karen Bass announced today. Well, there's no doubt eyeballs across the country through the miracle of electronic television are seeing what's taking place at various retail venues up and down the state of California, the most significant of which have happened in the greater LA area. So to keep taking resources from an organization who has a rather specific mission, it displays an ongoing lack of wisdom on the part of the leadership. Venture out onto the freeways and see the extent to which you observe compliance with the California Vehicle Code. I'm here to tell you it does not exist. It does not exist. There's a critical need for enforcement of the Vehicle Code and efforts to make the state's highways, and all highways, including the freeways, safer by enforcement of the law and acceptance of the fact that there's dangerous behavior taking place on the highways because of a lack of enforcement. So the CHP does not have the ability to produce more human resources overnight. And they have several positions down. Their staffing's down. And so how does this make any sense? This is the state. Take state resources that have, again, a very specific mission for which they are well-trained and successful in terms of fulfilling that mission, taking them off of that, notwithstanding increases in traffic collisions and fatalities, and put them into an area that is the responsibility of local governments. It makes absolutely no sense to me, and again, it is just an absolute illustration of, I think, a significant lack of competence on the part of those persons charged with leading California state government. Let's get your calls, shall we? 800-834-1530. We got a couple of topics in the hopper here. You can choose whatever you want to weigh in on. Linda is patiently waiting in Carmichael. Linda, good afternoon. Welcome to the conversation. Thank you for holding on.
Hi, Sheriff. How are you doing
I'm
today?
well, thanks. How are you?
That's good. Well, I'm waiting for the heat to go away, but you were asking with Lonnie Chen before, what do we have to say? Lonnie Chen, he demonstrates my point 100%. There's nothing you can say as long as you have ballot harvesting in the state. I know for a fact, 100%, because I've been told by the very people that when the Democrats come around and ballot harvest, they are told point blank if they vote for a single Republican, they're going to lose their Social Security, their Medicare, their medical, their food stamps, their rental subsidies. People who don't have good English speaking skills are told, even if they're legal, that they're going to be deported. You can't fight that. Oh, this is
wait. I think there has to be a way to fight it. I can tell you that there are various Republican clubs in the state of California that have really, truly organized, and while I think at their core they're opposed to the idea of ballot harvesting, but recognize the fact that you have to fight fire with fire. I could not possibly be more opposed to the idea of ballot harvesting. I cannot fathom a situation in which I would relinquish control of my ballot to anybody. I'm going to cast that ballot myself, right? You should treat it like the title to your house or the pink slip on your car. But this has become the law of the land here in the state of California. And because of its existence, I believe, in large part, it's not likely to ever change. I don't think we're going to win electorally. So the solution to it is for everybody in the political world, that is to say any political philosophy, to endeavor to seize the opportunity to get as many ballots as can possibly be legitimately cast. But your observations, Linda, are absolutely 100% correct, and I know for a fact that initially they would go into the housing projects, and people who had zero interest in voting would have very likely tossed their ballots, which automatically come now. You don't have to register to vote. And those ballots would be requested by somebody knocking on their door. And there's accusations. I don't have the evidence to prove it, but so I'm gonna qualify it as being accusations of people being offered a carton of cigarettes or some other consideration in exchange for filling out their ballot or relinquishing that ballot for somebody else to fill out. Your point's very well taken. Nonetheless, there have been, there are occasionally still in some areas, elections that seem to come out contrary to the supermajority party in the state. So it does. You have to have some hope. So what would you want to see done? Because this seems to be a lost cause.
Through the initiative process, a constitutional amendment or an initiative on the ballot, so that people can be completely educated, so that when they're told
Need I remind you that if you want to do it through the ballot measure, that is going to be subject to the law of the land as it stands today. It's still a felony in many states, ballot harvesting, but it is the law of the land in this state. So you have to overcome that resistance. I have no concern, no objections to trying to do that, but at the same time, I think savvy people have to recognize that you have a point that you want to see conveyed, and the other side, the opposition to that point, is going to be harvesting ballots and working diligently in that effort. It behooves you to mimic that behavior, as much as you may find it distasteful at its face. It is the law of the land today.
well, we've got to find a way. I still believe that we need to get it on the ballot, just like years ago we got Prop 13 on the ballot. Years ago, there was no hope, and we got Prop 13.
Absolutely, and there's no ballot harvesting.
We can do that with ballot harvesting, and the benefit of letting people know exactly what is being done and what's being told to them. We've never had a situation like this where both houses of the legislature are supermajorities. Of Democrats, we don't have a single office. That hasn't been.
You're right.
Governor, no assistant governor, no one.
You're absolutely correct.
Ballot harvesting.
I don't disagree with that, but I just want to remind you that as these ballots go out in an election to outlaw ballot harvesting, the law allows for those ballots to be harvested. So we've got to give it a shot. I'm all for that. But that unto itself is not likely to create a change. It's going to require finding a way to prevail within that system. And without that, I think it's inevitable. We're not going to turn things around. I sense your frustration, and believe me, I share it. I was adamantly opposed to the idea of legalizing this horrific process. But they're very, very good at that, and it's lawful. You can't call it fraud or illegal, because it is actually now codified in California law. Because the lemmings, I believe, were duped into believing that this was a good thing. It's extraordinarily frustrating, and I can tell that you feel exactly as I do. But you just think about it. If all those ballots go out to the housing projects to people who have no interest in public policy whatsoever, none, zero, zip, zilch, nada. Many of whom can't read at all, not in any language. And somebody knocks on their door and offers them a consideration, which is still illegal, but if it's done, or any encouragement even, which is not illegal, to fill out or cast that ballot or allow it to be taken by somebody else and cast, then the ability to actually pull off a victory in that environment is just not there. I do appreciate the call very much, Linda. We're going to be out of time now too. Can't get the other calls, but that's why there's another day tomorrow. So stick around. You got the lovely and talented Kitty O'Neill coming up next with the afternoon news. I'll be back here with you tomorrow. Have a great one.
Building a better Sacramento. News Radio 93.1 FM, 1530 AM, and iHeartRadio station.
Listen to the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, news, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. The Subaru Summer Service Event is on at Native Subaru Sacramento, with the largest Subaru service facility in the Sacramento area. Factory-trained technicians, express service, and the all-new cafe now open inside Native Subaru. Learn more at nativesubru.com. From ordinary to extraordinary with Cortacassi Tile and Stone. Cortacassi's huge selection of stone, porcelain, and glass, coupled with over 60 years of experience in high-end design, make your home improvement dream a reality. Visit their showroom in Sacramento.
vaccine recombinant adjuvant is now $0 for almost everyone.
Shingrix is $0 for almost everyone.
Yeah.
What about for people with Medicare Part B?
Yes, Shingrix is now $0 for people with Medicare Part B.
What about privately insured people?
Yes, Shingrix is now $0 for 95% of privately insured people.
Then I'll need to ask my doctor or pharmacist about Shingrix today.
See Shingrix.com pages. Sponsored by GSK. What would it take for a plumbing company to earn your trust? Jerry and Kenny here from Bill Brothers. And let's face it, plumbing and service companies don't always have the best reputation. So to earn your trust, the first thing they have to do is with a real life person. Then they'd have to send a plumber when you needed it, day or night, without charging extra for emergency assistance. A trustworthy plumber would show up on time, wearing a clean uniform and name badge, and be able to show that they had passed background checks and drug tests. A plumber you could trust would give you a firm quote on the job before starting, and clean up after they finish the job. That's exactly the plumber you'll get when you call Bell Brothers. A plumber you can trust. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at NoSurpriseGuys.com. Monopoly is back, now at Save Mart. Come kick off the season with our Shop and Score games that will have you cheering for more. Shop your favorite brands to score game tickets, and you could win $25 million in prizes and money-saving offers. Select varieties of Oreo cookies are $1.99 each when you buy two, and General Milk cereal $1.99 each when you buy three. Play for win at Save Mart. No purchase necessary. Use or rules. Monopoly is a trademark of Hasbro and is used for commission. Mike Wester believes a good financial advisor helps you map out a plan for each step of your retirement without taking a commission. Hi, it's John McGinnis. Mike is the founder of Talon Wealth and on a mission to help those near and in retirement protect and grow their nest egg. And he's ready to prove it with Talon's Satisfaction Guarantee. It's actually quite simple. For any new client that hires Talon to actively manage their portfolio, if you're not satisfied after a year for any reason, Talon will refund 100% of your advisor fee. That's right. Client that hires Talon to actively manage their portfolio. If you're not satisfied after 1 year for any reason at all, Talon will refund 100% of your advisor fee. Call 916-545-6000 to find out more. That's 916-545-6000 or visit GuardingYourNestEgg.com.
Advisory services through Talon Private Wealth and SEC-registered investment advisor John McGinnis was compensated for this message and is not a client of Talon Private Wealth, LLC, California license 0N00A28.
My name is Lola, no mystery, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September. Superstars from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
KFBK, KFL.
KFBK, Sacramento News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
And it is 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Kitty O'Neill. Glad you're here for the KFBK Afternoon News. Stories now trending, threats being made relating to the latest indictment of former President Donald Trump. Wildfire continuing to burn in Nevada County, and heroism among the ashes on the island of Maui. Right now, traffic and weather together. We're here every 2 minutes, and in for Dean Hess today, I think it's Alvin Jacob.
It is. So, this report is sponsored by Gilmore Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Oh, East 80 and 50, the heaviest traffic right now from Davis to downtown. I see a 37-minute drive. And southbound 5 from Woodland to downtown is about 27 minutes. Need HVAC repairs? Get more with Gilmore Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Save $50 on all HVAC repairs. Visit them at GilmoreAir.com. Get more with Gilmore. Gilmore Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Traffic on the sands every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons from the KFBK Traffic Center. Alden Jacobs, KFBK News Radio.
All right, thank you, and we'll